Alrighty then. I just was doing a video and I'm gonna go ahead and play it, what I recorded, about knitting, like a manly man knitting, and how somebody gave a really bad comment to them. But when I clicked on the site, because I was going to ask for permission to post their video, and so instead I'm going to use pictures. But it was disturbing when I clicked on the profile picture. It was not a black man. As I scrolled down, they had a knitting of other stuff as well. But they're using black people. But if you notice, who's holding the bags that are being knitted is a white arm. And they're calling it My Black Owned Business. Is a bunch of frappanacle bullcrap, posing fraud as someone else, knowing doggone well this is a mess. This is a mess if it's what I think it is. But I'm going to ignore this and go on and continue with the topic of the video that I originally was thinking. This is another topic about how to protect yourself. This is not this man's site. It don't seem like his profile. Whether they're paying, I don't know, to get pictures from other people or paying them to do videos. I don't know. I do not know. But anyway. All right, there's a bit of a gap here before I start the next recording. I'm going to go ahead and do the video that I was going to originally do. And it stems from a couple of things. The first thing is that it was a man, a real man, not a gay man, that was knitting. And he was knitting pocketbooks to sell, whereas maybe his grandmother or his mother taught him how to knit, but it's something he loved and made beautiful bags to sell. The second part of this, which made me think about him, is hearing the thoughts of society after slavery was built on slavery, as far as working all your life in the workplace environment and not focusing on yourself and your passions to do what you love outside of the job. So either when you quit your job or you retire from your job, you have something that you enjoy and you can make money from and continue to live a passion, live happily within something that you love to do, and not just making money working to pay bills. And this young man that was knitting showed a message that someone sent him. It was very disgusting and nasty. That I hope they said something about, I hope you don't make any money from this. A man knitting is crazy, or something really, really horrible they said to this young man. And he said he was going to ignore it, but he shared it. And it hurt so bad to hear that, because it's like when society believes you need to do certain things to act like a woman, you need to do certain things to act like a man. And if you don't, they're going to shame you into making you turn into what they think you are. Like in this case, it hurts them that he's not gay, doing the things that they would think an old lady or a woman should do, which is knitting. And then it's like, I'm so happy for him. He's not in the slavery mindset, continuing, or maybe he does have a job on the side, but him doing that knitting as a passion, he's not in that slave mindset, constantly working for somebody else to pay his bills. He found a passion where he can make money from it. And me having been in the workplace all my life and not, like, I've had passions, I've had children, I traveled the world as a military spouse, but I did not focus and find, like, I love to sew, I love to do other things, but I did not focus on it and dwell on it. My writings, my poetry, or things that I love to do, and I never thought about it to make income for myself. I just worked a job servicing other people, which is okay, but to go home and not focus on myself is not okay. To learn way later in life that's something I wish I would have focused on, but things happen for a reason. And I truly believe that is something like the Ikigai, as the name of that, can be looked into. And that's why now, today, even though I'm older, I focus on what I love to do and what makes me happy in myself. And to see the young man knitting, and he's a man and not gay, displaying himself as gay, which is nothing wrong with being gay, but it upsets society that he is not gay. Or they say men can't cry unless they're gay. This is sickening. And then also to put into that the jealousy part. When you see yourself focusing on yourself, you have all types of other people from all different relationships, family, intimate, workplace relationships, look at you like, why are you doing things for yourself, focusing on yourself, and not being sad and living in misery because you're working a regular job all day long, every day. That's something I wanted to talk about. Okay, this is really hard, but for me to stay focused after finding out, I think someone is portraying to be black and calling their business online to make money from other people, my black business, is a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, I'm going to stay focused on the main thing I was trying to, when I first saw the video. They had of this black man that he did, and I'm just talking about another topic as far as finding your passion and break free and live your passion while you're working a full-time job, while you're trying to get on your feet, while you're on welfare, while you're receiving food stamps, but always thinking about what you love to do, no matter what someone else say, no matter if you're a man, no matter if you're a woman, no matter whatever, right? So why are we still shamed for doing what we love just because it doesn't fit society's outdated rules, right? So the knitting, the man's story, he loves to knit and have little pocketbooks for children, or he could be knitting sweaters or just something. And it's like, whether it was taught by his mother or grandmother, or he learned it himself, this is his passion. And if this was his business and he's starting his own business to make money for himself, to live a life based on what he loves to do, right? The beauty of his craft and how he decided to turn it into something that he could sell. So the negative message that he received and his dignified choice to share it and not let it define him. Deals with society's toxic expectations. Like reflecting on how society tries to define what a real man or a real woman is supposed to do or be. Men shouldn't knit. Only women should do certain crafts. And it just pulls people back from what they really love and what they really want to do if they don't know how to ignore, I call them negative comments from loved ones, family members, people in the workplace, people in your environment. You know, everybody just can't or don't know how to ignore that stuff and not let it get in their soul to affect them. And it develops pain behind these judgments, you know. And it takes courage to ignore these type of voices. The workplace and the slavery mindset. Like, especially after slavery, I agree with when people say it has been turned into what we still have today in modern times, getting caught in a cycle of working every day, all day long, 8 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours, just solely to survive, paying bills, never developing one's own passions outside of work. Too tired when you go home, not knowing how to think about your own passions, not knowing how to put your passions into income without feeling yucky about it as well. And I love the ikigai, the Okinawa or Japanese concept of working and working in your passion, finding your passion, and making income from that. And that's just it's, if you haven't been doing that for many, many years, it's hard to get into that train of thought because of the way society has been all about work a job, work a job, work a job. Now they're taking all the jobs, and now it's like going into AI, going into a way of doing for yourself and think for yourself, which is very hard. It's just like I just had a quick thought of when the narcotics was out and they were prescribing or even like Flexeril, Naproxen, narcotics. Then all of a sudden it was like they took all the narcotics from the doctors and said, you can't prescribe that no more. Just snatched it away, and start monitoring the doctors more for giving out narcotics. And it's, without eventually the programs came, but it was like a snatch away. Without thinking about the people after you've done gave, the people all those drugs and things of that nature. Now you just want to snatch it away without any type of programs to wean them off. And I don't know, just snatching stuff away. Like, for example, the food stamps, or just snatching stuff away when you've created all this mess. But anyway, so jealousy and resistance from others. Others may criticize, mock, or envy when you break free of the slavery mindset and focus on yourself. That's just something that's going to happen, and you have to, what I had to do, I can only talk about myself, is get strong enough to not listen to criticism and negativity and pushing past all that. And I just wanted to just share from my experience and try to encourage those that are trying to open their eyes to do something different. And, just stay strong. Just try to, get past. Sometimes you just got to let those people go and get quiet by yourself and do exactly what's on your mind and what you believe and what you feel that makes you feel good. Because if you think about it, those people are not, whether it's family, whether it's anybody that you're around, co-workers, neighbors, anybody, intimate partners, what's in your heart, they can't satisfy it. So it's like you got to be able to satisfy that. And it's a good thing to be able to take what's inside of your heart that you love and figure out how to, and keep every day, do something small. Just take baby steps until you figure out how you're going to make money from what you love to do, in addition to if you have a regular job, until you don't have that regular job anymore. All right.